Hello everyone, my name is Roberto Macias. Welcome to Global Hedonism. Today I want to talk to you about wine terminology. And the way I want to do it is to give you the tools so when you see a bottle of wine, you're able to extract the most information out of the label. So there's a couple of terms, and I'm going to take advantage of the similarities between Romantic languages so I can explain several countries in just one go. And we're going to start, of course, with France. And you would have noticed, for example, Champagne or Bordeaux wines, they usually are an appellation d'origine protégée or appellation d'origine. Appellation d'origine means there's a particular knowledge that goes with the production of the wines in a particular region, and there's a certain level of quality associated with these products. And they are also regional products. So Bordeaux wines has to be from Bordeaux, Champagne from Champagne, but there's also this denomination can also be applied to certain food products. Now, as I promised, there's also similar terms for Italian wines. And in Italian, you will find it as denominazione di origine controllata. In Spain, you will find it as denominación de origen controlada. And in Portugal, it will be denominação de origem. They all sound very similar. I will be posting the labels here so you can see how it's written, so you can find it in the bottle. And like I said, denominación de origen usually has some restrictions both in the region of the product, region where it is produced, and on certain distinctions of quality. Besides appellation d'origine, there's also indicazione géographique, and in Italian, indicazione geografica tipica. These wines are also from a particular region, and they acknowledge a certain savoir-faire, like the appellation d'origine, but they're not as restricted as appellation d'origine. In general, you can expect more modern wines in this indicazione geografica tipica. This is a generalization. Sometimes the quality will be the same, sometimes, or in general, you should expect higher quality from appellation d'origine, but this is not a strict rule. Then I want to talk also, since we're already talking about things which you find in labels, want to use an example from France. France uses a classification system. You might have heard of a Premier Cru, a Deuxième Cru, Grand Cru Classé. All these denominations are actually quite ancient. So in Bordeaux and Burgundy, they were defined in 1855, and they were supposed to be a momentary picture of the quality of the wines at that moment, but they've now been set into stone. So everybody recognizes a Premier Cru and a Deuxième Cru, and this has certain advantage for you to be able to recognize the quality. But because this is such a famous label or such a famous recognition, the prices are usually quite steep. One problem of the Cru classification, it's a momentary picture in time from 1855, so quite old. Our tastes have changed and production methods have changed. And the wines that have a Premier Cru or a Grand Cru in Champagne, they have to ascribe to certain particular production methods. But things have changed. Also, our tastes have changed. So even in the 1970s, 1980s, 90s, you can see the level of alcohol in the wines growing. Now you get alcoholic levels of up to 14.5, 15%, while in the 80s you would get like wine like 11.5, 12%. For sure, if somebody offers you a Premier Cru from Bordeaux, go ahead and try it. But I wouldn't suggest you go out and buy it without knowing whether you will like it or not. If you try it and you like it and you can afford it, be happy with it. There's one more sentence which I look for in a wine label, and it's whether it's bottled at the state. And this in France is mise en bouteille à l'origine or à le château à la propriété. In Spanish, it's embotellado de origen. In Italian, it's imbottigliato di origine. And in Portuguese, the word for bottling is engarrafar. So engarrafado, port, and then you will usually find the name of the producer. What this means is they use their own grapes, they use their own juice, and they don't purchase the grapes from another producer. This is very important, very interesting, because you can generally expect a much higher quality of the wines when you find this. So if we go to Champagne, for example, the big houses will buy grapes or juice from different producers and then mix them to create their own champagne. And now this is a big art, and I have to respect it a lot because they manage to get consistent results year after year. But for me, it's more interesting to find a wine from a small producer. Now we're talking differences in wine production levels of maybe 20,000 bottles for some wine bottle at the state to several million bottles for the big houses. And you can imagine the amount of attention to detail that you can give to a wine, which is just like maybe 10,000 up to 60,000, maybe 100,000 even bottles, up to a million. The factor is huge. I want to keep this video short and make it a short guide for you, so you can always pop it up, check it out, remind yourself about these few key factors to look for in a bottle. One is whether it is an origin denomination. Second one, whether it's a typical geographic indication, so indicazione geográfica típica or indicación geográfique. Third one, and for me the most important one, is whether it was bottled at the state. These three statements will give you some information about the wine. They will tell you whether it's a recognized denomination from a particular region, which already has some quality standards, or it will tell you whether the production is big or smaller, just based on whether it's bottled at the state or not. Thanks for staying with me throughout the video. Make sure to follow us on Instagram so you can see our wine tasting notes. Check out the merch store in the description down below. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.